Now, the biggest struggle of saving more money is changing the decisions when we buy something. And we buy a lot, right? I mean, several times a day, we pull out our wallet, our card, our cash to pay for something we buy. And we've been doing that for quite some time. And now to suddenly change this, it's just hard. Especially not just changing it once, but changing it repeatedly. Now, what I found on my own financial journey, what had the biggest impact on building wealth was to take the decision out of it. I don't want to have to make a decision about how much to save. I don't want to make a decision about how much to invest this time or that time. So what I want to do in this video, I want to show you 8 money hacks that you can implement right now and that run completely on autopilot, because that's what I've done. So imagine you sitting in a nice cafe, sipping on your almond milk golden latte, and all those money hacks grow your wealth in the meantime. I'm Sophia, and in the past decade, learning about money and investing, I figured out a few savings hacks here or there. And let's start with number 1, and that is an automatic transfer right when you get paid. And you set it up once, and then you don't have to ever worry about it again. This is called Pay Yourself First. For those of you who already know me, you know it's my favorite and it's never missing in any list. And the next 2 are actually related to that, depending on where you put the transfer to. And number 2 is the automatic transfer goes into a high yield savings account, because there the money earns interest and also automatically gets more without you doing anything. It's not very, very much though, or at least it depends on the interest rate, and that fluctuates a lot. So number 3, the automatic transfer goes into your investment account. And not just that, there you also have an automatic order so that your saved money automatically gets invested and starts working for you. So this one also grows while you sip your golden latte. Number 4 is the employer match. Now, when you live in the US or in another country that offers that, you also need to set up this one only once. So you go to your employer, you say that you want to use the employer match, and then it automatically gets deducted from your gross income. And it doesn't stop there, because the employer also adds a certain percentage to that for free. So that is free money. And you also potentially save on taxes. So not every employer offers that. And if they do, please still read the fine print. All right, number 5, automate paying for your bills. I'm doing this with all of my fixed costs, but I'm not sure if everyone does. So the payments for the bills you have to pay for on a regular basis, you can also automate that and save money on late fees. Number 6 is use a Roundup app. Now there are apps where you can link your cards and your bank accounts to, or maybe even your own bank offers that already. And then each time you pay for something, it automatically rounds up and puts this money into savings. So if your golden latte costs $5.40, they round up and save the rest, which is either 60 cents when it's rounded up to the next dollar, or depending on how you set it up, it's $4.60, when it's rounded up to the next 10th. Just one caveat, please don't use this one as only savings method. This is only additionally to all the other ones in this list, all right? Number 7, use paycheck splitting. Now this is not available in every country. For the longest time, I didn't know this existed. But sometimes the employer offers to send the paycheck not just in one account, but to several accounts. So you can split it, for example, to your checking account, savings account, and investment account. Now that is even more convenient because you don't have to set up the automatic transfers yourself. The ones we talked about in the beginning, 1, 2, and 3. When you're using this, just please make sure that first, the money that goes into your investment account, that this really gets invested and is not just sitting there as cash. And the other thing is, don't touch the money. Because I can imagine if it's not that conscious of a decision at least once, so when you set up the automatic transfer yourself, because in this case it's like, okay, I want to build wealth, I want to automate it, and that's why now I set up transfers to my wealth accounts, so the savings account and the investment account. But if it's rather yeah, sure, you can split the paycheck into different accounts, then it's just, you might be more tempted to spend money also from those accounts if you find that necessary. Do you know what I mean? In case you have any experience with this, let me know in the comments. Number 8 is cashback cards. All right, so this is one I don't have any experience with, but I do know that it's popular in the finance space. How this works is when you pay for certain items with a special card, a cashback card, then you get back money for that, either real money or credits or points or whatever the term may be. Now, the context this is often used in is to pay for essential items that you would buy anyway and then to use the cashback card for that. And when you think about it like that, this makes total sense. Now, the reason why I haven't used it yet is because first, I don't need a credit card at the moment. And second, I can imagine that it's tempting to spend more money on that card and talk yourself into this is an essential expense just to receive the cashback in points or credits. Do you know what I mean? So if you're using this, please really take a close look at what you're buying and be really honest with you if it's still essential expenses. Because after all, those are credit card companies and they need to make a profit. They are not a charity. They don't just hand out money for free. They're getting their money from somewhere. All right, and to now get actual proof that these methods work, what I recommend you do is you track your wealth. Maybe even track it before you start any of the things in the list. And then you track it again, like, 3 months later. And then you can see at a glance if your wealth was growing. I have been doing this for years. I use an Excel sheet where you just type in your numbers and then you see everything at a glance. The net worth tracker, it's free. I'll link it down below. And now happy saving. Let me know how it goes and until next time.